Well, it had some good, it had some okay, it had some weird, it had some bad, and it had one particular promo segment that was very, very strange and also very bad. I'm Joe Martin with my review of AEW Dark Elevation. It's a debut episode, and I will have some stuff I'm going to praise on this show. The only criticism is the same criticism I have of other Dark episodes that go way too long. Now, I get it. They're trying to make this almost a YouTube edition of Dynamite because they did some stuff backstage, good and bad, and a couple video packages, so they were trying to feature more of these talents and elevate them, hence the title. So in the end, I get what they were trying to do, and I like the fact that they were trying to juice things up a little bit and present more of their roster in a positive light. Now, some of the matches worked, some of the matches didn't. A few matches were just about twice as long as they needed to be. That's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. They slammed us right into Danny Limelight's entrance. I love Danny Limelight, though. Loved him on New Japan Strong, AEW programming, as well as Primetime Live. He's very good. He's got a bright future. And he took on Jungle Boy, and they had a nice opening match. This is the way you kick things off. If you want to get, your YouTube following to watch another edition of Dark, possibly a bit more of a juiced up version, this is how you do it, because Jungle Boy and Danny Limelight told a good story here. Danny Limelight hit some good stuff. Jungle Boy was always in it, but, he sells really good. Nice head scissors to the outside by Danny, but eventually the snare trap getting the victory, and that was good stuff. I do want to quickly compliment Tony Schiavone and Paul White on commentary. Funny that Paul White is back on Turner Networks after, so many years being away in WWE land. He offers a nice sports-based view of wrestling. Him and Schiavone seemed much more relaxed, much more dialed back, and, he was able to just call it and be okay and not be so frantic and everything. And I'm not knocking Schiavone. I've enjoyed Schiavone's commentary. He's just happy to be there. But him and Paul White just have a bit more of a sports-based, natural feel to them, as opposed to Excalibur and Taz, who sometimes call the matches and other times just laugh and laugh and laugh. If they can't take it seriously, why should I? Granted, there are some talents I can't take seriously, but the announcers are supposed to, bring people in and not make it, oh, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to do this. But anyway, credit to Schiavone and Paul White. And nice opening match between Jungle Boy and Danny Limelight. Baron Black and Barry Morales versus Miro and Kip with Penelope. I want to say right now that whether I'm a fan of how they're presented on camera, I think that Miro seems like a pretty good guy overall. Kip and Penelope seem like really nice people, and I wish them nothing but the best with their marriage. I hope maybe this team's presented a little bit better, though. There's no doubt that Miro is going to end up being the guy that that snaps and beats up Kip Sabian. And the problem is, if we were more invested in this team, that might actually mean something. But I hope Penelope actually gets back in the ring. Is Penelope injured? I mean, I know that her and Kip, got married and everything. They naturally took some time away for their honeymoon. But I'm just curious because she hasn't wrestled in so long. So I'm not saying that Penelope's a world beater in the ring, but she was making improvements, so I'd like to see what else she could do. I mean, that's just my thoughts. This was fine. I think Baron Black has, potential as a single star. Barry Morales isn't bad. I mean, I haven't really been able to see too much of what he can do, but he's got a good look. By the way, do you think if Kip ever has kids, he'd be super dad Kip Sabian? I'm proud of that one. It was a showcase for Miro and Kip, and it was, I forget exactly what it was called. It used to be called Deathly Hallows, and it's a different name, but Kip Steven gets a victory over Morales 1-2-3. And then QT cuts a very heelish promo. I mean, or at least as heelish as he can. I don't mind that they're doing this with him. He seems like he can be a more natural bad guy. It's just kind of a bit out of nowhere. And then we had Big Swole versus Skylar Moore. It's good to see them both back in the ring. I also want to say I'm not a big fan of Swole in the ring. I'm not. But I will not discount the hard work that she has put in to get back in the ring. Even though I'm not necessarily a fan of her matches, I'm glad that she seems healthy. And I'm glad to see Skylar Moore back in the ring. Matches, it was just kind of there. Dirty Dancing 1-2-3. And then Omega and other towns hype up the AEW casino game. Cool, whatever. So, Paul White on Marco Stunt. You got to respect the guy. I can respect him as a human being. I do not respect him as a wrestler because it's bullshit that he's allowed in the ring. And he took on QT Marshall. And the fact that QT did not beat him in 30 seconds is abysmal. This is the guy you're trying to turn heel and, juice up and everything and make into at least a fine mid-card heel. And he goes toe-to-toe with Marco Stunt, or Marco Stunt goes toe-to-toe with him for how long? It's fucking bullshit. He should have beat him in a minute. and he beat him with a cutter, and the fact it took as long as it did was embarrassing. Marco Stunt should not be allowed in a wrestling ring. You want to keep him as a mascot? Fine. It's not believable. I can only suspend my disbelief for so goddamn long. If you're a character, it's one thing, but if you were so painfully small and you had nothing, you shouldn't be in a wrestling ring. So anyway, Cesar Bononi and Peter Avalon run out to attack Marco, and then Luchasaurus comes down. Apparently tomorrow on Dark, we're getting Luchasaurus versus Cesar Bononi. That'll put butts in seats. Lee Johnson, we get a video package on Lee Johnson. He talks about, why he took the name Big Shotty, and at least I hope I said that right. And he talks about the stuff he did, how he loved wrestling since he was young. Good shit. I like the fact that, he's able to talk about living his dream. Of course, the Nightmare family is his family, and it's got to shoehorn that in. You got to stroke Cody's ego a little bit, but I think Lee Johnson, having a bright future, good. Good. Hopefully he gets featured more. And then we have Ty Conte versus Ashley Vox, who was on episodes of NWA Power. Ty Conte, very, very good. Good to see Ashley Vox being featured a little bit more. But the Ty KO 1, 2, 3, that was it. Of course, Ty Conte was going to get the victory. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to reserve any other, opinions I have for further down the road. But, I think you know what I might be criticizing. They're exploiting. I'm just going to say it. They're exploiting. It's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying by the fact what I say they're exploiting. You get it. You goddamn get it. Happy for the family, but they're exploiting. Khan is really starting to show his true colors here. Anyway, so we get the Seidel brothers taking on Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs, who I saw at the By Northwest Wrestling shows a couple years ago, and I like them as a team, and actually got to briefly say, hey, you guys are really, really good. I mean, of course, many other fans did. I'm not anybody special, but it's just nice to see two guys I saw at indie shows, and Royce Isaacs has been featured on NWA television, and Matt's groundwork is very good. You get that from behind, it's all over, says Paul White. Phrasing, double lightning spiral, 1, 2, 3. Why were Hobbs and Hook on a roof? Seriously, genuine question. Why were they on a roof? Danny Jordan, the real mean girl, taking on Red Velvet. Yes, of course, because I got this sweet shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees. When I saw that Danny Jordan, had the mean girl, the real mean girl, gimmick, character, whatever you want to say. When I saw she had that on NWA Circle Squared, back in, I think, February or March of last year, just before the pandemic hit, it was really, really, the instant I saw it, I said, okay, I love this. I need to see more of what she can do. And she has dramatically improved. Did really good stuff. I see big things for both of these women. The match was fine. Was it great? No, but they worked hard and they did what they could. I love Danny's gimmick, and Red Velvet was her and Jade actually were the bright spots of that tag match on the recent episode. Dynamite Pump Kick, 1, 2, 3. Marvez was with the Saito brothers. And Omega decides to interrupt. Don Callis is there. Don Callis, want to go on the record once again, one of the worst of wrestling personalities that's been around the last 25 years. The guy thinks he's, God's gift to wrestling, and he's fucking not. He's doing the same goddamn shtick he did in ECW, and it was stale then. So, why is Whynakazawa? Why is he there? Genuine question why Whynakazawa is there. Oh, he's a friend of Omega. Okay. They mentioned something about Omega's well, hey, if you can beat me, then maybe I can, or if you can beat Nakazawa, then you can face me for the championship. And Omega I wouldn't mind Omega as a heel, but here's the thing, I just don't care about it. All he does is shit on any segment he's in. I mean, it's not even like he's treating the talents like he's beneath him. He's treating wrestling's beneath him. And sorry, he may be able to do flip-de-doo-dah shit, but he's the guy that Okada made. Omega wouldn't have been made had it not been for Okada. So anyway, Darius Martin versus Max Caster. I'm going to put you through the wall like a glory hole was what Caster said. I love Caster's, some of his lines. And some flip-de-doo-dah shit. Of course, Caster's very good heel. And later, Martin had gotten his, arm targeted and everything, but he got hit with a low blow when the referee got distracted. An elbow drop, mic drop, 1, 2, 3. Abaddon versus Ray Lynn. Well, Ray Lynn tried and she got beat pretty easily. I love Abaddon's gimmick. She won easily. And then we have Hobbs with Hook versus Brandon Cutler. Well, Cutler tried. He targeted the knee. He tried to do stuff. Hobbs got some weird slam, shoulder slam. 1, 2, 3. Hobbs wins with hook. Why'd Shivani say it like that at Revolution? I don't get it. Diamante versus Layla Gray. I do like Layla Gray's look. I really like her look. I'd like to see more of what she can do. Diamante won with the code red. I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm not even like brushing these women under the rug. I'm not knocking these women, but it was what it was. Some of these matches, like, they're just there to get certain people over, and that's it. So we then have Private Party, Butcher and Blade with Matt and the Bunny versus Sean Alexander, Carly Bravo, who I thought was Charlie Bravo for a while, Brick Aldridge, and David Ali. Ali got quadruple teamed for 3. I do not care about much of anything that Matt Hardy's involved in. This is not taken away from what Matt Hardy has done in wrestling. I just don't care. I like the Bunny. Butcher and Blade are a fine team. Private Party are a fine team. The other 4 guys, got nothing against them at all. Outside the Ring with Lexi Noir is coming in April. Okay? Nakazawa versus Matt Sydal. Nakazawa in business gear. Not doing the oil ship, but nope, now they're making him the evil assistant of Kenny Omega. Cool, whatever. They're trying to give him personality despite the fact that he has none and probably has never even heard of it. And why was this allowed in any mainstream wrestling company? Why is Nakazawa allowed in any mainstream wrestling company? I'm not even saying the guy's not a nice guy and that he shouldn't be able to earn a living, but not with the funding from the son of a billionaire. It's embarrassing. You need comedy. You don't need shit like this. Nakazawa got pants and then kicked. This was bad. But it was also to get Matt Sydal, the chance to face Omega. But Omega says, hey, why don't we, I hit him with the Chromebook or laptop or whatever. It says, it's the Kenny Omega train. Phrasing, I really don't want to think about that. Hey, let's do the match tonight. He hits a knee in the one-wing angel and makes the referee count. And then, Tony Khan said he would not appear as an on-screen character, and he has now gone to Dixie Carter, Dixieland TNA era shit from 0 to 60. It's astonishing. He said, I never wanted to be in this position. You don't make the matches. I make the matches. Broken promises. Gentleman's agreement. He had an unplugged controller because maybe he was fantasy booking on a goddamn video game console, whatever one it was. And he says that in 9 days, Matt Sydal will get, if he beats Omega, he will have time and then he will get a title shot if he beats Omega. Why not just give him a title shot? We know that Sydal's probably not going to win, but it is what it is. Dear God, this was brutal. Tony Khan should not be on camera. He shouldn't. If that gets me hate from AEW fans, that's fine. I don't know how anybody could really defend this because this is as bad as Vince McMahon appearing on camera. And at least Vince had the lineage of being a pretty good on-screen character, but now he doesn't have anything. Khan has no natural charisma at all. It was embarrassing. It's also impossible not to enjoy Maki Ito's entrance. I fully recognize she is not that great in the ring, and that is being kind. I'm not saying she sucks in the ring, but she's not great. She is a character. Riho and Maki Ito were the main event. It's the Yoshi Joshi main event. It was fine. It was fine. Both these women worked hard. We got the Kokeshi headbutts. We got nice Northern Lights by Riho for 2. A double stomp for 2. Then we got a half crab by Maki Ito, and then she even got a nice lion tamer on. That was kind of cool. And then got hit with the double knees, 1, 2, 3. So that's it. That's it right there. So we got a couple good matches. We got matches that went on too long. We got Omega talking way too goddamn much. And we got Tony Khan going full on Dixie Carter. You never want to go full on Dixie Carter. If he goes full on Dixie Carter in another way, the women's division is fucked. That's all I'll say. Literally and figuratively. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.